Hey, Happy New Year, everyone. Welcome to your January 2025 monthly forecast. So, the aspects for the month are the ingresses of the planets. The sun is in Capricorn, right, up until the 19th, and then it moves into Aquarius. And then the month starts off with Venus in Pisces from the 2nd on. It's there the whole month. Then on the 6th, Mars moves into Cancer. The first 6 days, more or less, of the month, it's in Leo, and it's in retrograde motion to the point where it actually falls back into Cancer, and it remains in retrograde motion the rest of the month. Then on the 8th, Mercury moves into Capricorn, and it's moving very fast because it moves into Aquarius on the 27th. So it's just zipping through Capricorn. Then on the 13th, there's a full moon in Cancer. Again, on the 19th, the sun moves into Aquarius. On the 27th, Mercury moves into Aquarius. And there's a new moon in Aquarius on the 29th. And on the 30th, Uranus in Taurus turns direct. So a special shout out and thank you to my subscribers. Thank you for sharing and liking and commenting and your donations and everything that you do for my channel. All kinds of interactions, whatever you do for me. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much. And if you're new to my channel and you like this video, be sure to subscribe. Okay? There's also links below in the description box. One will take you to my website for more information, but it's just easier to email me. That address is also in the description box. Whatever it is you would like to know, just email me and ask me, okay? Especially about charts. If you have a certain kind, whatever, that you would like done. Okay, so you can always email me. And be sure to check out my weekly forecasts, which are now daily shorts. Okay, and please keep in mind that there are not daily aspects between the planets every single day. Okay? So, now for your forecast. Hey, Capricorn, happy birthday. So, whoops, here we go. Okay, well, the sun is in your first house up until the 19th. And then Mercury moves into Capricorn on the 8th. Okay? So just the first few days, it's still in Sagittarius in your 12th house. So there's still maybe a lot of activity going on behind the scenes. Maybe conversations behind the scenes and confidence, secrets possibly even. But or just, you know, wrapping up things, maybe some kind of paperwork. But it doesn't necessarily have to be behind, like secrets, okay? But you could be, you know, wheeling and dealing, let's put it that way. Possibly work-related, you know, or something to the kind of work that you do. Could be something or other like that. And you're doing this behind the scenes, okay? But when Mercury moves into your first house on the 8th, it's actually moving very, very fast. It will only be in your first house from the 8th through the 27th, okay? Then it moves into Aquarius into your second house. So with the sun and Mercury here at the same time, you're going to find that you're having an awful lot of conversations with people. Some of them in person or by phone. Some of them you initiate or you're on the receiving end. Whatever. You know, but there's a lot going on here. I do have to point out, like, kind of like the big thing, I think, for you is Mars is moving back into Cancer. It was already here last year for a little while, so you had a little bit of a taste of that. I mentioned it back when, whatever month it was. You'd have to listen to my previous videos. But it's, you know, the same still applies for now. Cancer is your opposite sign. Mars is retrograde, okay, for the whole month. It starts off in Leo from the 1st up until the 6th, and then it moves again into Cancer and your 7th house where you have the sign of Cancer. While it was in your 8th house of other people's money and resources, partnerships, whatever that you may own property with someone else, or bank accounts or credit cards or something or other. So that could have been like a point of interest between you and someone else for a while, and now that Mars is moving back into your 7th house of close relationships and partnerships, business, romantic, or friendship. It's also the house of arrangements and agreements, and the house of open enemies and competition. Okay, so something like that could be going on here, at this time. There's a full moon on the 13th in Cancer in your 7th house. So it's all coming to a head, kind of, when Mars is in the 7th house, people just seem to come out of the woodwork to push your buttons, okay? And it could be, as far as an open enemy goes, that is a person that everyone knows you do not like, you don't get along with them, they don't get along with you, you both know it, so it's an open thing. It's not like it's a secret, so it's really not that big of a deal. But sometimes this is when they start to act up, is when Mars is in your 7th house, okay? But also, Mars is a pretty aggressive planet, so in one of your close relationships, whether it's business, someone in a business relationship with you may try to get you to run the business their way, or make some kind of move that you don't want to do, that you don't think is smart, or they're trying to take over the business and take any kind of responsibility out of your hands, or something weird like that. It could be something like that. Or in romance, you could have someone trying to get you to commit to something. If you're already committed to them, you're married or whatever, it still could be something there that they are trying to get you to do, and they're very pushy about it. And you can also have a close friend at this time that is acting the same way. They want you to, even if it's just to go somewhere with them, that someplace maybe you don't want to go, or whatever, but just keep in mind that people start to get pushy towards you at this time. Okay, so you have Mercury and Sun in your 1st house, and this is your time to stop it, to speak your mind, especially around that full moon of the 13th, when things will more than likely come to a head, because that's what full moons are for. Therefore, bringing a problem to the surface. It's an issue already, that you have to get rid of. So you discuss it, or get rid of it somehow or other, even if it's unpleasant. Okay, so you don't have to deal with it again. And everybody clearly understands where they stand in whatever went down. Okay, so just keep all this in mind. The month does start off, though, with Venus in Pisces in your 3rd house on the 2nd, okay, to the end of the month. And your 3rd house, you already have Saturn and Neptune here. 3rd house is your everyday life, your neighbors, your neighborhood, your siblings, your cousins, all forms of communication, including regular postal mail. It's local travel. It could be just like your tri-state area, or just running around your own neighborhood. But it could be like an overnight trip, weekend trip, day trip, or something or other. Okay, it also is also the house of the written word. Okay, so back to your 7th house here, where you have Cancer. You could have, somebody could be trying to get you to sign a contract, or agree to something and have it put in writing. Okay, that's coming from having Saturn and Neptune here. Having Venus here really helps smooth things over a little bit in your communications, especially like in your neighborhood, your neighbors, your siblings, cousins. If you haven't been in touch with them for a while, you may hear from them at this time. You may do things Venus related that are like pleasant, enjoyable, something or other in your area, in your own neighborhood, even if it's just going to a restaurant you haven't been to yet, or one that you used to go to, or something or other. But it brings pleasant interactions with people in your neighborhood. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, well, the sun moves into Aquarius on the 19th. Mercury moves into Aquarius on the 27th. And there's a new moon in Aquarius on the 29th in your second house, where you have the sign of Aquarius, your second house being the house of earned income and possessions. It's your house of your personal values, your feeling of self-worth, how you feel about yourself. It's also your valuables, you know, things that you have, your investments. It's also the house of hidden talents. And Pluto just moved here, and it's going to be here for about 20 years, right? Finally left your sign, so you don't have to deal with that again. So you may notice some things coming to the surface, okay? I mean, just having Pluto in your sign for as long as it was has already changed your personality in some way or other. Now that it's in your second house, it will alter in some way or other how you earn a living, how you earn money, or how you bring money in. Okay, so that could be something that's even starting around that new moon. You know, you've already, Capricorns are the born executives of the Zodiac, so you more than likely are business-minded, own your own business, or if you do have a day job, you still have something on the side that is yours and yours alone. Okay, so, and if you don't, then you would be, that's a goal. That is a goal of yours. So you'll eventually reach that, okay? But new moon here brings a new beginning in your finances, in income, in some way or other. And you know, you have Jupiter in Gemini in your sixth house of work, the kind of work that you do, the workplace, your co-workers, things like that. So having Jupiter here does bring in, if you're self-employed, it brings in more work, okay, more clients or something or other. But it does bring in opportunities, okay, to do work that you would like to do. You know, it could be something far more creative even, something a little different. Having Uranus in Taurus in your fifth house of creativity and romance and parties, fun, speculation, gambling, all forms of entertainment, games and sports, and anything to do with children. Okay, so you've been working on something for a long time since this planet has been here, the planet Uranus. Okay, it is turning direct on the 30th, so you won't notice it right away. Okay, but if you were having like some little minor, I would say, difficulties, like within a romance or even a child, or a creative project that you just couldn't get past, something that wasn't working. You could also, you know, this whole thing here, I have to, you know, sum it up just briefly, that considering your first house, your seventh house where you have Cancer, and this fifth house with having Taurus here, you know, Taurus is an earth sign, so it creates a trine to whatever planets you have in Capricorn, which is one of the nicest aspects you could want in astrology. But what happens here when Uranus is here is, as far as romance goes, you're attracted to a type that you've would never even consider going out with before. They're completely different than your normal type. Also, the same thing with entertainment. You're drawn to something very different now, different kind of music, art, film, all that stuff. You know, maybe you're hanging out with some what people would consider weird people, okay, but they're actually really creative and cool and whatever. So that could be something that's going on with this whole partnership thing with Mars in Cancer in your 7th house. You know, somebody trying to push you or get you to do something again. Okay, that and it could be regarding a relationship with someone that maybe your family or your friends don't feel you should be seeing. You know, like you're going to listen to them, you know. I mean, who would? It's none of their business anyways. It's just that they're not used to whatever it is you're doing, okay? Whomever it is you're seeing, again, the kind of music you listen to now or the art or the way you dress, something or other, something, all of that has changed and maybe they don't like it. Well, you know what? Too bad. Okay. So anyways, the best time to do something each month is when the moon is in your own sign, and the moon is in Capricorn on the 26th, 27th, and 28th. The best time to lay low is when the moon is in your opposite sign, and your opposite sign is Cancer, and those dates are the 12th and 13th. The best time for romance, recreation, creativity, fun, gambling, or speculation, and anything to do with children is the 7th, 8th, 9th, 21st, 22nd, and 23rd. The best time for money is the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 14th, 15th, 16th, 28th, 29th, and 30th. The best time for your career is the 19th, 20th, and 21st. The best time for communication and travel is the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 16th, 17th, 18th, 30th, and 31st. So happy birthday to you. Enjoy yourself. Okay, have a good time. See you later. Bye.